This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill, a Raise Rowdy podcast.
Brian Fuller on a Friday morning.
Matt Burrill.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm good, dude.
It's good to have you here. You were back, it had to be 2019.
Yeah, it's been a minute. You were still. It was like right when I first got Cobalt, because I brought him over, and y'all had that other
We
big.
had Cooper.
Yeah, the big dog, whatever he was.
And Cobalt was just charging at Cooper and climbing over him. He was an Aussie Doodle, I think.
Oh yeah, he was big. He was
massive.
Big. Yeah.
Like a very big, full-size dog, like on his two legs, like as tall as we are, and you have little Cobalt just climbing and jumping all over him.
He ain't a little no more. I mean, he's still small, but he's like
A full size.
Yeah, well, he's a mini Aussie.
Yeah.
But he just put some weight on.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up when that was real quick, because that was February. We recorded that in 2019, and it was released, or maybe it was January of 2020.
How did you get there so quick?
It was released. I just looked it up. I'm quick on the phone. It's a problem. It was February 10th of 2020, so literally a month before COVID hit, and we ate bagels on there.
We did. Who was your roommate, mate?
That was Dakota.
Yeah.
And Dakota Tate, Ethan Willis, and then that was back when me and Boudreaux were doing it.
Yeah.
And it was in the round.
And you brought the bagels back from New York, right?
Yeah. That was the good. That was your first time
stuff.
having that.
Yeah.
And you were telling me about what it was like coming up, because at that point you're what? That's 4 years ago. How old were you?
I was probably 21. I'm 26 now.
Yeah, you had just moved.
So yeah, I was either like 21. When did you say it was?
It got released February of 2020.
Okay, so I just turned 22.
Yeah, so you were baby boy.
Yeah, I just turned 22.
And you were telling me about you were telling me about places like the Blue Room and Southern Social and all the scene that is in South Georgia.
Yeah.
And little did I know how much I would fall in love with that world a few years later going down there. So, dude, it's good to fucking have you back on here.
Yeah, dude.
What have you been up to?
Oh, man.
You're engaged now, right?
Yeah, I'm engaged.
Dude, congrats. That's
Thanks,
a big
brother.
deal.
Thank
Katie's
you.
awesome, too.
She is.
So happy
and you
for
know,
both
like
you guys.
that, we got to send you your, I should have brought it with me. We got to save the date for you.
Oh, sick.
So, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Save the date.
Hell yeah.
You get your invitation in the mail.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
Awesome,
Yeah,
dude.
we were going through the list the other day, and she was like, I feel like we're forgetting like a bunch of people. So we like went back through, and we forgot to put you on there and like 10 other people. So we're like kind of, it's hard like remembering all of your buddies.
Yeah,
that
dude.
you really want to be there.
And your friends from back in Georgia, her friends from back in, is it Minnesota?
Yeah.
Her friends from up Minnesota, and then she did college, was it like South, like all that?
Yeah,
like,
she was in college in
was it South Dakota?
Yeah,
North Dakota?
North Dakota. She went to Fargo.
Okay, yeah. So yeah,
North Dakota State.
you make all these friends along the way in life, and it's like, oh shit, that's like my little sister's getting married in the fall, and she's like, well, we want to do it small, but then like mom wants to invite her friends or this or that, or like it becomes a lot. You know, I haven't got to that point in my life where I've ever been engaged or any of that
take
stuff.
It slow.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But it's cool to be doing that, man. So like life is happening for you right now.
Really, yeah, dude. It's like it's fast, man. Like it all kind of. I went from kind of sitting complacent like in one spot constantly, and then like just like it's like God just opened the floodgates, and kind of all the stuff that I was praying for kind of started happening. So it's been good, dude. Life's good.
When do you think that change started? Like when did you start feeling the ground kind of shaking?
Honestly, dude, when I quit drinking, like believe it or not, which is like I think, which I'm my faith is rooted really deep in God, and I think for a long time he was just, I kind of feel like he was asking something of me, like wanted me to give something up. And as you know, I mean, you don't drink anymore. Yeah. Like it can become a really serious problem really quick. And I think honestly when I started seeing a lot of changes, when I started giving stuff up that I feel like God was asking for, and one of the biggest things was drinking. And because I quit drinking November 11th. I think it was actually might have been November 14th. I can look. I got the
dude, having those apps,
the sobriety.
Yeah,
app,
that's how I keep track of my days.
6 months and 20 days. So it was November 11th, 2023 was the last day that I drank, and then me and Katie got engaged in December, and then I signed my publishing deal. Or then I had a song, Randall King song, come out in January.
One of my favorite Brian Fuller songs. Brian Fuller, Mason Thornley songs of all time. Because you've been playing that thing
for a long time.
Years. So
I wrote it in 2021.
Yeah, to see it get the moment that it's been able to get.
Yeah.
But what was the breaking point for wanting to put the bottle down? Because everybody's story's different. And I say my story's different in that I just celebrated 8 years, which is freaking awesome. I'm proud of it. It's cool.
Love that, brother. Good for you.
Thank you. But it's like I'm in bars every night. Yeah. I am in
which makes it really hard.
I can sit here with a case of iced tea, with a 4-pack of iced tea vodka. I can bring a tray of shots on stage. My level of recovery is a different spot. I've learned to just kind of roll with it. And that's from being around guys that are in the industry that, like guys like Trey Lewis, you go out with Trey Lewis, he's going to get you drunk because he doesn't drink anymore. Like, but early on, and you're still early on, you're not even at a full year yet. And that first year is where it's the toughest. Yeah. So what was that kind of point for you? Dude, you don't mind me asking.
No, not at all, man. I honestly kind of like telling the story. So, and honestly, I feel like I'm kind of lucky with it because it really hasn't been that hard. But I think it hasn't been that hard because I was waking up with like the worst hangovers ever, and I wasn't like a Monday through Friday drinker. Yeah. Like I was very much like just a social drinker. I didn't necessarily think I had a problem with it. I think that if I were to continue doing what I was doing, and also like with the lifestyle as far as being an artist and on the road, like I felt like it could have become a problem, and I didn't want to like ruin my life in the next 10 years. But when I decided to quit, I had started doing 75 hard. I can't remember the day that I started, but in those 75 days, I started a tour with Austin Snell, and I did however many dates we did with him, and then I did some stuff with Jonathan Hutcherson. We had played 1 or 2 shows together, and then I had a run of headline and stuff. And the Austin Snell dates ended, man, I can't remember exactly when they ended, but
that's why I keep my phone out.
Yeah. So look them up.
I'll look it up on it's probably on your Instagram if I were to guess.
Yeah,
right?
I think.
Not far down your feed. I remember you, and it's cool you bring up Austin because you were one of the first guys to tell me about yo, there's this kid coming to town. He's a military guy, Georgia boy. Yeah. And it's funny because Sarah up in New Hampshire, who's been blogging and doing stuff with us with Raised Rowdy since the early days of it, has been covering Austin since 2018, 2019.
He's crushing it,
when
dude.
He was starting.
I just looked it up. The last date of the tour.
Oh, there it is. Oh, playing your song. You can do that rain that's falling. There you go.
The last night of the tour that we had was October 12th.
Oh, in Asbury, my home area.
Yeah, in Asbury, New Jersey.
You went to some of my favorite venues on this list,
dude,
by the way.
Same. So we went to Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah, you saw the Dahmer shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, all right, so we're getting so off topic.
I know, we're good.
We'll come back to the drinking thing.
I knew this is how this was going to go, too, dude.
So we played in Milwaukee at the Rave, which was like I've always wanted to play there. It was a bucket list venue of mine. And we get there, and I didn't really know what I expected it to be, but it was not what I expected it to be. It was 10 times cooler, but like when you get there, it's like it kind of looks like an insane asylum. Like it's this. Have you ever been there?
Yeah, oh yeah. It's
like
dark.
Yeah, we were there right around Halloween, so we were there October 12th. So
that is exactly when I was there with Muscadine.
Yeah, they decorated for Halloween, and it's
really spooky.
Yeah, because it's already supposed to be haunted, which, I mean, I don't know if I believe in ghosts or not, but I believe in demons and spirits and angels. And, dude, you walk in there and, like, you immediately just feel it. You're like, man, this is weird. So the pool downstairs, which is, like, the infamous the acoustics in there are insane. Mac Miller signed the wall in there, like all the signatures in the pool. You walk in there, and I was talking to the girl that gives tours, and she's been working there for like 5 years, and I was just asking her like all the stuff that has happened in there. And there was a janitor that apparently had like tortured people in the basement. Never like killed them, but he would take them down there and like did whatever he did to them. And then there was a guy that slipped and fell in the men's shower, broke his neck, and died. There was 2 little girls that drowned on the same day in the pool. And then a married couple had just gotten married, and they were having their reception on the ballroom, and she fell off the top balcony and fell and died. And it's like, man. And then right across the street is the hotel that Jeffrey Dahmer killed his first victim in, and it's like, this place is just spooky.
It's crawling. Yeah. It's what room did you guys play there?
The bar room. So it was I think it was the smallest one.
Yeah, that's where I was with Gary and Charlie years ago too.
It was right next to the. So you had that room, then there was one more room.
Was there another show going on while you guys were doing it too? So that's what was wild. What show was going on upstairs?
Well, it wasn't upstairs. It was in the room, not directly next to us, but across the across the building. It was a guy named Courtney something Courtney. He was a wild dude. Yeah. Like, let's see if I can't find him on Spotify.
The night we were there, bro. You ever heard of Galantis?
No.
Galantis is like a DJ. It's like rave kind of stuff. So funny, like a rave at the rave. And that was upstairs in like the ballroom. And you would just see kids dangling out the windows upstairs. As we were loading out, into the trailer, and you just see kids just going nuts. So it's like you hear Muscadine downstairs playing like porch swing. Because this was pre-COVID Muscadine was different than post-COVID Muscadine. And they were doing their thing, and good crowd in there. But then it would be in between songs, you just hear boom, 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 boom. Like, oh, dude, they were going hard. And the kids, and it was funny. You could tell who was there. Like, as people were leaving the building, who was there for the thing upstairs and who was there for the Muscadine. You have all the camo hats and the girl, like people dressed for a country show, and then you have college kids just raving upstairs.
There's a college close by, I think.
Yeah, I think Marquette's right there in Milwaukee.
The dude that was there the night that we played, I can't remember his first if his first name was Courtney or his last name was Courtney, but they have him all over the rave website or Instagram. But me and Katie, Katie and Austin's girlfriend Allie flew in to watch us that night, and me and Katie were, let's go check this guy out. And we walked downstairs, and I think Austin and Allie had already went down there. And when we walked in, we caught like the last 10 minutes of his show. And we walked in there, and he was in his boxers. He had ripped his pants off, and he was in his boxers. He was using a corded mic, and he took the cord, wrapped it around his neck, stage dove into the crowd, and then grabbed onto the rafters and started climbing around on the rafters.
What kind of music was it?
It's like pop punk rock. Man, let me see if I can't find.
I found somebody named Courtney Bell.
No, that's not him.
I was just that seems more like rap.
I'm just gonna look on the raves thing because they always have.
Yeah, because I'm interested in.
Dude, it was actually really good. Like, so I heard one of his songs on a TV show that I was watching not too long ago. I was like, damn, that's the guy that I saw at the rave. Let me see if I can't. I don't want to take too much time to look for him.
No, you're good, dude.
So he was like hanging off of the rafters, and his foot got caught in the rafter.
Oh, geez.
So he's like hanging upside down by his foot. His foot's like crooked.
Still singing?
Oh yeah, like didn't skip a beat. And the lady that was giving us tours earlier that day came up to us and was like, he's pretty crazy, isn't he? And we're like, oh yeah, this dude's insane. She was like, he's here all the time, and he apparently had broken his leg last time he came through. So I'm about to find it. Barnes Courtney is his name.
Barnes Courtney.
Yeah, have you ever heard of that dude?
No.
Oh, dude. So like, this is him.
I want to see what he looks like.
This is him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's like, his music's really cool too. He's got a song, I think it's called like Gold.
Oh wow, yeah, he's got like almost 3 million monthlies.
Yeah,
Glitter and Gold.
That's
Fire,
it.
Hellfire.
Yeah.
He's got some streams.
Yeah, dude, it's good. Like, it's good. It's good stuff. I mean, I'm pretty diverse when it comes to like what kind of music I like to listen to.
Yeah, it says in his bio, Barnes Courtney is heavy on stomp and swagger, bringing to mind the primal thump of bands like the White Stripes, the punk rock energy of the Sex Pistols, and a good dose of indie rock edge and gospel.
Yeah. Here's like... It's pretty good.
It's kind of like, what was that band that Theo Vaughn was in the music video? Bishop Gunn?
Oh, yeah.
It has like that Bishop Gunn thing,
Yeah.
but he's clearly not like a Southern guy.
No, you look at him, his voice doesn't sound like
what he looks like. And then he's just running around. It's just, it's a show. It's a performance.
I was like, the 10 minutes we were in there, I was thoroughly entertained. Me and Katie walked out and I was like, I would go see that guy 10 times over again. And what's funny is, I guess I don't know what kind of deal he made with him, but in order to sign the inside of the pool, you have to sell out the ballroom, which I think is like 7,000 people. You have to sell it out 3 times back to back. So every time you show up, you have to sell it out. And he never sold it out, but for whatever reason, he drew this huge what is it? Dadgummit. I'm not even saying the word right. Anyways, he drew this huge...
Like a mural?
Mural. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, he drew this huge mural in the pool, like on the very back wall, and he hadn't sold it out. And somebody told me he had been there so many times that he had just made a deal with them. And they ended up taking it off. Because he had posted a picture of what he did, and when I was there, it wasn't there, so I guess they scrubbed it off. But anyways, enough about Barnes Courtney. If Barnes Courtney's ever hear this, your stuff's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, dude. So 75 hard and just that kind of clarity.
Yeah, so that was like where it started. So I started 75 hard. I was on this tour. I thought it was gonna be really hard because I love to have a good time, and like I thought then that drinking was like the way to have a good time and like kind of loosen up a little bit for when I got on stage. And so this whole tour, I didn't have any alcohol. And the last night of the tour, we were in, I played a show in Atlanta. I flew to New Jersey, played a show in New Jersey with Austin, which was great, by the way. We can talk about that in a minute. But flew back to Atlanta, got in a car, rode to South Carolina, and that was the night of Wales' wedding.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we were both there, too.
Yeah, so that was the night that 75 Hard ended. And I wasn't going to drink. I was feeling so good. I was like, I'm not going to ruin it. But Katie was kind of like, you've just been so tense lately. Like, 75 hard is tough. I mean, you're working out twice a day. And when I was on the tour, like, I wasn't getting any sleep. That particular weekend, I worked out the night before I flew to New Jersey. So I went to bed at like 2 a.m., woke up at 4 a.m. to get on the plane, flew to New Jersey, picked up a rental car, drove to the venue, didn't sleep at all, had to knock out 2 workouts by the time which I just went for like a run on the beach, which was kind of nice. So didn't sleep all day that day, played the show, took the rental car back to the airport, slept in the back seat for like 2 hours because
Newark Airport.
Oh,
right?
yeah, Newark, yeah. Slept in the back of the car for like 2 hours because I didn't have a hotel room because I knew I was flying out at like 5 a.m. my flight was. So wake up, drop the car off at the rental, get on the airplane, fly back to Atlanta. As soon as I get to Atlanta, I get in the car and go to South Carolina. Didn't get any sleep in the car ride over. Get to South Carolina, and then I have 2 hours before the wedding starts. So, like, in a span of those from Thursday to Saturday, I'd slept like 4 or 5 hours, maybe. And so I was exhausted. I was just really tense. And Katie was like, 75 hard's over. Take a drink, chill out, have a good time. It'll be fun. So I did. I mean, I don't know if you remember much of that night of me, but we
had a good time. Me and Randall Fowler had driven out there, and then me being the crazy tour manager, late night driving guy that I am, we had a hotel room. We drove back instead of staying in the hotel room. We drove back that night and got in at like 4, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I don't remember if it was you or who it was, but I was like bumming cigarettes off somebody.
I was bumming off of somebody.
Yeah, so we were probably bumming off the same person.
And
I don't smoke. Like, I don't ever smoke.
Yeah.
I used to say when I drank, like, if I'm smoking, you need to take me home. Like,
yeah.
that's probably. But, anyways, So I woke up the next morning with like the worst hangover I'd probably ever had in my life. And previous to that, the reason I'd started 75 Hard because I was kind of feeling that push, of like my relationship with God was getting better, and I just knew getting drunk wasn't something I needed to be doing. And so I woke up the next morning. Hangover was the worst one I probably ever had in my life. We get back to Nashville, and I drank once or twice after that. And the last night I drank, we were at our friend Lydia Vaughn's house, and it started out just like a pretty chill, casual night, and me and Katie went over to Lydia's and ended up having, like, I think we all split like 2 or 3 bottles of wine, and I was like the drunkest, and they were just like hanging out on the couch, watching movies, and I was sitting there thinking, I was like, man, if this isn't a problem already, it's turning it. Like, it's slowly turning into one. And my family has a long past of addiction, like addicts. My dad just got out of prison in January. He was an addict. My mom has always struggled with alcoholism. My grandma's dad, or my grandma's brother struggled with it. He drank himself to death pretty much. He was drinking one day, fishing, and fell over in a boat and passed out and drowned. And then my grandma on my mom's side was an alcoholic. She drank every day till the day she died. So I was just like, that song ran in the family. Like, it's a true story. And I was like, I don't want to be singing this song and also be a liar, So I quit, man. And it's like I said, as soon as I did, it was easier for me because it wasn't like something I needed, but it was also, I saw like kind of the path of destruction I was kind of leaving. Like, I wasn't doing anything insane, but I knew that I was upsetting some people, and like Katie didn't love it. So yeah, I gave it up, and it's been great, man. Like, there's definitely, like, this past weekend we went on a writer's retreat with Tyler Chambers and all those boys, and I would be lying if I was like, man, cold beer and a good buzz sounds good. Because we were on a farm down in Georgia.
Especially with those guys.
Yeah, but it's definitely worth not doing. Like, you wake up the next morning and everybody's like, man, I feel like crap, and you're like, not me, I feel good.
Yeah, and I feel like sobriety's become a lot more normalized.
Yeah, it's actually kind of popular, man. Like,
yeah, dude, which is cool because when I first moved to town, it wasn't like that, especially me working in the bars and stuff. Yeah. It was weird to people that I was just drinking Red Bulls every night, which wasn't the healthiest thing. Red Bulls were not the best alternative.
Hey, dude, one vice for another, man. Like, I quit. I don't drink caffeine. I drink decaf coffee, and I pick fun with Katie because I'm like, everything that used to be fun, I don't do anymore. Like, no caffeine, no alcohol. Like, I don't really.
So it's just nicotine right now.
Oh yeah, dude, just straight nicotine in my veins every day.
What got you off of this and back to the analog?
So to the analog, I love that. So I was zenning, if that's what you want to call it, zenning or doing zens, whatever. And I'm a pretty anxious person. Like, my anxiety is always pretty bad, so I'm always trying to level that out. Like, the reason I quit drinking caffeine was to try to level out my anxiety, and there's a lot of things that I try to do to try to help it. And oddly enough, I found that Zens, for whatever reason, were like just spiking it. I don't know why. I don't know why Zens did and regular dip doesn't. But there was a couple days that I think I'd ran out of a can or something and just never went back into town to grab another one. And that weekend I felt great. My anxiety had like leveled out. I wasn't like as like tense.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's weird. Maybe I should try quitting nicotine and Zen. So I quit those for about 3 or 4 months. And then hunting season rolled around. And this past hunting season, or last deer season, I went around door knocking, which is just, you go to plant or farmland or landowners and, little farms you can find and go ask if you can get permission to kill a deer or two on their land. So I was spending like 4 and 5 hours every afternoon just driving around in the country. And it started with the Red Man. I went to the gas station and I was like, man.
There's something about a golf ball being
Yeah,
in
dude.
your
There's
mouth.
just something
There's
about
something about chewing on that raisiny goodness, that
it's so
juice
good.
flowing, bro. There's something about that.
So I bought a can of, it was either Levi Garrett or I think it was Red Man. And then hunt season came in, and I'd kept the Red Man in my bag from that. I'd probably put like 2 or 3 pinches of it in like after I'd bought it. And then hunt season started, and I had some land to hunt on. So I kept it in my hunting bag. And every morning, like while I was sitting in the stand, I'd just put a little bit in. And eventually it was like, man, it just got me. It got me again. But if it's the only thing that I got, it's the only vice that I've got, like.
Redman and Levi and Beechnut were cool. Like that chew is cool because it's like you're chewing gum.
Yeah.
You know, it's an activity.
Yeah. Like you're constantly sitting there just.
You're gnawing on it.
You're gnawing on it the whole time. And it's sweet. It's syrupy.
What I do with this, and I never did it with the pouches because I used to be a Copenhagen guy.
Yeah.
I would do long cut or I would do pouches.
Yeah.
I'll end up moving the Zin all over the place.
Mouth.
Oh yeah, all over. I'll be fucking chewing on it, which is probably giving me cavity after cavity after cavity. Which we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm always like that like fixation of moving it around because I haven't done Redman. I haven't done like chew in a long time.
Well, dude, I mean I feel like it's a seasonal thing. Maybe not for some people, but for me, it's definitely when it starts getting colder outside, and it's like, man, I'm gonna be sitting in a deer stand for 5-6 hours. Because when I would go hunting, the land that I was hunting on was like an hour and a half outside of town. So when I went, I'd spend the day out there. Like Katie would let me go down there and just kind of turn my phone off, and I'd get in the stand and I'd sit, till about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then I'd climb down, go to the truck, pack a lunch, eat a sandwich while I was at the truck, and then go back out and kind of just walk around and find a good spot to sit on during the day on the ground. And funny enough, I never killed anything on that land. It was public land, dude. And
I hear public land's tough,
dude. Public land anywhere is tough, but public land here for whatever reason is really tough.
I've heard Gary talk about that with turkeys.
Yeah, it's
very difficult.
It's hard. Like for instance, I walked in the woods one morning, and I have an app called Onyx, and the app is pretty much for the people that don't know, it's an app that tells you the perimeter of a property that you're on, who owns the property, the number sometimes for the person that owns the property. It gives you wind direction. Like it's a hunter's best friend. So I'd scouted out this little spot on Onyx. I was at the tip of this field. And this particular morning, I walked in there, got my stand set up, and I'm just about to climb up the tree, and I see a flashlight hit me. And this guy walks up to me, and he's a real nice dude. He's like, "Hey man, I've been hunting over at this little spot for a little while, but I'll walk back a little bit further. What lanes are you going to be shooting down?" And I told him, directly in front of me and probably off to my right. He's like, "All right, cool. I'll walk in, 150 yards, try to get behind you." I'm like, "Cool." And when the sun comes up, I stand up in my stand, just stretching a little bit, like stretching my back, and I turn around and I see his ground blind maybe 20 or 30 yards behind me.
Oh, damn.
Like he's right there. Like I could throw a stick and hit his blind. And I ended up seeing 6 does that morning. And when we climbed down and we were like packing up our stuff, he walked up to me. He's like, "Man, you see them does that came out over there?" I was like, "It's a problem that we're not hunting together and we saw the same deer. Like that's an issue." And we were nice. We like cut up and laughed about it. It was like, "Oh, public land, am I right?"
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's tough. It's like, I mean, you can kill, like my buddy Derek Austin killed a big 8-point on that same land that I was hunting, and my buddy Jay, which Jay, Sisk, I think is his last name. Yeah. He hunts public land all the time, and he's kind of the guy that, like, when I started, because I never hunted public land until, like...
Yeah, out here, yeah.
Yeah, out here, the hat, yeah. So he kind of gave me the roadmap for scouting public land in Tennessee, because Tennessee hunting land and Georgia are 2 completely different things. Like, here you have to worry about the elevation that you're sitting on, and like thermals are a thing that what thermals are is when it heats up, when the sun comes up, thermals rise. So if you're sitting on top of a hill and a deer is at the bottom, it's not going to smell you because thermals are rising. But if a deer is down at the bottom of a hill and the sun's setting, thermals fall, so he's going to be able to smell you. And thermals outweigh wind every time, which I'm geeking out on that stuff. But yeah, public land's tough, but that's kind of like whenever I get into the Red Man and Levi Garrett stuff. Sorry, I went out on a tangent.
No, you're good, dude. No, you country folks, that's something that you do. I've still never been hunting. We got to get you. We got to take you. I shot clays for the first time in a long time, and I actually did really well. I finally learned how to properly shoot my Mossberg 500.
Did you go to Nashville Gun Club?
I went to I got my girlfriend Erin is good friends with Larry, who has the land up there. I forget exactly. I think it's Goodlettsville, but somewhere up in that Goodlettsville, Jolton, that area. We were hanging out with our friends Kyle and Andy and their wives, and Kyle brought his little daughter Arlo out with him, and she had this little like baby like BB gun and had the little stand for it, was shooting at little targets and stuff. It was cute, but I was surprised because I got out there and I'm like, I told Erin, I'm like, babe, like I'm not the best with guns. I own one, but I'm not very good at it. And she's got like a bunch from South Carolina, like very.
So she's good.
She's good, especially with like handguns and stuff. I've never handguns. Don't know the first thing about shotguns. I'm all right.
Yeah.
But I started I got on a little streak, and I started just
feels good.
I started just crushing. Yeah. It
feels really good.
I did good. Yeah. So it was cool. I would love to try and hunt at some point just to see what it's like. Because I also don't know what it's like to just sit in complete silence. It'd probably be good for me.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's therapeutic.
So therapeutic, man. Like, especially for creative, like somebody with minds like ours that just are constantly running nonstop. Like, I don't know if it's the same for you, but for me, like, I have to watch TV to fall asleep. Because if I don't, like, I'll just lay there and think about what I have to do the next day, or trying to figure out song ideas, whatever it is.
What do you put on the TV? Because my problem is I'll get into watching a show
and you won't
and then
you will.
Or I'll fall asleep and then I'll wake up and I'll be like, how the fuck am I on episode 9, season 2? I started this at episode 3. Like, I missed 6 episoes. Now I got to figure out where was the point that I fell asleep. I've been doing that with Narcos lately.
So my tip or trick for that is, here's a bunch of dudes talking about tips on watching TV. My tip is set it self-timer, or a sleep timer. That's what I do. So I'll set my TV on a sleep timer for an hour and a half, and if I'm not asleep by the time that hour and a half is up, because each episode you're watching is roughly 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
So if I'm not asleep by the time that hour and a half is up, 9 times out of 10, I'm like, all right, I should probably turn it off because I've been awake watching TV it's 11 o'clock. I need to go to sleep. But if I do fall asleep and it shuts off, it is usually only like an episode ahead of where I'm at.
That's a cheat code. My buddy Colin used to do that when we were kids. We'd have like sleepovers at his house, like 3rd, 4th grade. And his parents would set the TV on a sleep timer. Yeah. That's my only experience with the sleep timers. So talking about the music now and what you've got going on. The girl that can drive.
That girl can drive.
Excuse me. That girl can drive.
But the girl that can drive is also funny.
Yeah.
The girl that can drive. Either one works, dude. I'm happy with either one.
Wrote that with Justin Wilson and Joey Hyde, dude. And I remember when you first started working with Joey. Yeah. And Joey's an OG in town, which is probably weird for him to hear because he remembers when he was running around town moving here, when it was like him, Brindley Addington, Aaron Essice, Ryan Hurd, like that crew. And now he's like one of the OGs that's investing his time and energy and bringing along guys like yourself.
Yeah, dude. I will always give praise to Joey because he doesn't have to do anything that he's doing. Like, for me specifically, I don't know what all he's doing for, like, I know he works for Megan Patrick and like Calissa Clark.
Yeah.
And he's written songs for Ryan Hurd, Cameron Marlowe, Ben Camino, Hinder.
Yeah.
Like, so he pretty much just took me in under his wing, and he does all of it for free, and he doesn't charge me production points. He doesn't charge me any money to do it. And he always tells me, he's like, I'd rather make money when there's a lot of it versus like right now. He's like, right now I know you need it. I know that you need it to pour back in to tour and to merch and to even, because we still pay for like Jim Cooley's mixing everything, and Nathan over at I can't remember the name of the company, but he's the guy named Nathan's master and everything. He's like one of the best mastering engineers in town. And then we got great musicians. So like we're having to pay all these people, and Joey's like, man, just dump the money into good musicians, good quality stuff, and we'll worry about it later. We'll figure it out on the back end. So dude, I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for Joey Hyde, I don't think I would have as much going on as I do, because recording music is expensive.
Yeah.
And producers are expensive. And that's probably like we've got my cost down to cut a song so low right now, which is just one of those things that is like, I don't deserve it. Like I didn't do anything different. You know, I wouldn't call myself lucky or anything like that. Like I just prided myself in gaining respect of people around town and working hard. And if people are working hard for me and I'm sitting around on my behind and not trying everything I can to make this work, like then those people are going to look at me and be like, I'm investing my time into nothing. Like this is going to fall short. He's not working hard enough.
Yeah. I think it speaks to you on a few levels. One, you're good at what you fucking do.
Thanks, man.
You've been good at what you do since you were good at what you do, like figuring it out years ago when I first met you.
Thank you.
And
man.
you've really, and now you've gotten to go out and do some touring, do more of the full band showcase stuff. Like you're a guy when people are like, oh cool, Brian Fuller's playing, I want to go to that round. I want to watch, I want to hear what he's been writing. I want to, like you have that. Two, you're a good fucking dude.
Thank you, man.
You're a really good guy. Like, above all, you've always been, like, a good dude. And for a guy like Joey, who's been in town for a long time and seen different waves, like, literally, I mean, he has seen, he remembers, he was here when the bro country was a thing.
Yeah, dude.
He was here for the changeover of, like, what came post-COVID.
Yeah.
He's been in town for a long time. He's a family guy. Like, he's worked his tail off and has his own artist thing going on too. But for a guy like guys like that, they want to help out and keep the tradition of good guys winning in town.
Yeah.
That's him, that's Brindley, that's Ryan, that's Aaron, that whole crew. The Google Us guys that they
you know about Google Us?
Dude, I've been down to Key West a bunch.
Dude, Ward's in there.
Yep.
Ryan Hurd, Aaron Essice. And dude, what's funny is they go play like once a year maybe in Chicago or like a random city. And it's like a group of 16 dudes. Like I don't know exactly how many people are in Google Us.
I would imagine Tenpenny might be in there.
Yeah,
like that era.
Those
of guys. Yeah.
And they'll go up to like some random city in Podunk, wherever, and play a show, and they just rotate who plays what.
Yeah.
So like Joey Hyde will get up and sing, 3 or 4 songs, play electric guitar, and then he'll switch to bass, and Ryan Hurd will jump up there and sing a couple songs, and they'll have Phil Lawson on drums, and then like they're just constantly changing guys out, and they just get shit-faced and have a good time. And it sounds like I want to go see one. Like I don't know if they'll ever play again, but
I saw them in Key West doing the round style stuff a couple years ago, and it was awesome. But a guy like that sees something and wants to be a part of. He had such an imprint on what was going on over the last decade.
Yeah,
he wants to keep that going, and by working with folks like yourself and longtime friends like Meg and up and coming females like Lista.
Yeah, dude, I don't think that Joey, which it makes me mad just a little bit. Like I don't think that Joey. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But it feels like he doesn't get enough credit for like how crucial sometimes he's been in people's the beginning of their careers. Like Cameron Marlowe had Burn 'Em All, which was arguably next to
Giving You Up.
Giving You Up was one of his biggest songs. Like I feel like Burn 'Em All was the song that really kind of catapulted him. Joey Hyde wrote that song.
Yeah.
Love in a Bar, Ryan Hurd, like that's one of
I'm gonna look up like Joey Hyde songs right now.
So you can go to Spotify, dude. I do this all the time. In fact, he didn't even know he had a Spotify page where it's like Joey Hyde. It says on Spotify, Joey Hyde is a songwriter. Here, let me pull it up.
Joey Hyde as a songwriter.
No, so like you can go to like Cameron Marlowe's page and then go find Burn 'Em All, wherever that song is at, and then go to song credits.
Yeah.
And then Joey Hyde's name will pop up with a little arrow next to it, and then you can go to his.
Oh, Aaron's got one too.
Mm-hmm. So he's got Made for You, Jayco, and Burn 'Em All, Cameron Marlowe, Song About You, Sam Grow. You know that song?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great song.
I want to hear a song about you.
Yeah. Later on, the Swan Brothers, Honest, the band Camino, like
so many
good American rock and roll, Kid Rock. I'm just
Burn Me Out, Brian Fuller.
Burn Me Out, Brian Fuller. It's probably down on the bottom.
And then
of his list.
and then other folks that are coming up too, like Erin Kirby's awesome.
Yeah,
you know,
she's me and her actually just wrote the other day. She's great.
She's fantastic.
She's awesome.
Another Georgia.
Yeah, she's from Georgia, and she's got a cool story, and such a sweetheart. She's young and
and then other up and comers like Walker Montgomery, longtime buddy of all of ours. Michael Warren, who's out of Alabama, that's making moves in town. He's investing. Oh, he's got an old Murphy Elmore. Shout out to old Murph.
Neon Union. He's got a Hinder song.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find which one it was.
Brooke Lee. He's in that tree as well. So it's like how impactful he's been. I mean, freaking Made for You. I remember when that came out, and that was a big song for a lot of people.
It was,
you know,
dude. It was great.
So Joey does, like, as a writer and then as a producer and just a creator in general, just a good guy to have in your corner.
Yeah,
and,
he is, man. I can't say enough nice things about him.
Yeah, and like I said, like it's a testament to you and what you've had.
Thanks, man.
Going on and all of that. So the touring stuff, has it just been kind of solo acoustic opening? Have you gotten to do the band stuff on the road? Or?
Dude, so Randall King has been nice enough to take us out a couple times, and
what a guy,
dude!
What a guy!
What a guy!
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, Randall King is
and his crew, they're good people.
Dude, so I'm sure, I don't know how much you ran into this when you were on the road, but one of the things that stood out to me the most when we're out with Randall is they'll strike the stage after. I mean, they'll leave everything up. They'll leave the drums up there, obviously, but his crew, like his utility player, his guitar players, they'll strike the stage back so we have room to set our stuff up, which like a lot of people will just leave their stuff in place.
Yeah.
And you just kind of have to work around it, and like your drummer is like right next to you on the stage, and like everybody's kind of crammed in. And we played a place called Tuffy's Music Box
down in Florida, right?
Yeah, you've been there, haven't you?
I have not. I've heard of it.
It's a great venue, dude. It's super cool. The first time I'd heard of it was when Dylan played there. I think it's been last year at some point, but the stage was pretty small. Like it wasn't, it's big enough for a band like Randall's or like Ella Langley's played there. Yeah. But we get in there, his band gets done sound checking, and it's tight quarters, and his band was like, "Hey man, whatever you need to move it. Like if something's in your way, get it out of the way. Like we want you guys to be comfortable up there." And we had just as much room as he did. And that says a lot about I feel like he remembers what it was like to be in a position like I am, where you're like really, really grinding and trying. And he's a great dude, man. I can't say enough good things about Randall.
First time I ran across Randall King was 2019 on the road with Gary and Charlie. Yeah, selling merch. George's Majestic in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and Randall opened full band. And at the time, I got to know his merch guy, Cody, really well at the time, and all that. And I remember seeing Randall's show, and it was awesome. And then Muscadine would do a cover of Real Good Man, and they had Randall come up and sing with them, and it was just insane. Electric. Yeah, dude, he's so freaking good. So Randall, it's kind of a full circle moment, actually, for me, for as far as him cutting my song. So a couple years ago, I think it probably was 2019 too. It was right after I moved to town. When I got here, I got really good buddies with like
Tristan Mraz, Tyler Chambers.
I remember that crew.
Derek Austin.
You guys were in the round, kids.
Oh yeah, dude,
y'all would come out every Tuesday. We did that.
Oh yeah, dude. We lived
at Live Oak.
Live Oak, Midtown, Demumbrian, that little pizza joint that was right next, dude.
Little Chicago.
Yeah. But one night, dude, I'll never forget it. Just especially now that he's cut the song. Me, Tyler Chambers, Bryce Malden, and Derek Austin were going out to meet up with Tristan. And Tristan was like, yeah, I've got my buddy that's in town right now. At the time, I think Randall was still living in Texas, I think. And I remember Tristan, we were walking down the alley. I don't know where we were heading, but we were walking down this alley, and Tristan and Randall were riding up on Lime scooters. And we meet up together, and we go to... I think we were at Losers, and me and Randall were just standing there talking, like just kind of cutting up a little bit and trying to get to know each other because, you know, my crew of guys that I hung out with him every day. So I was just trying to meet as many people in town as I could. And Randall was talking to me. He was like, yeah, man, I'm in town shopping record deals right now. And at the time, I was like, no, you're not. Like... Not because I didn't know who he was. Not because I didn't think he was good, but I was like, somebody that's trying to get a record deal right now is not going to be hanging out with us.
He's not riding up on a Lime scooter with fucking Tristan.
Yeah, with us. Like, this dude, I was like, okay, yeah, cool, cool, whatever, man. That sounds awesome. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever, dude. But I was like, oh, man, that's awesome. Heck yeah, happy for you, dude. And a couple months later, I'm on Instagram and see where Warner Music signs this new act, Randall King. And I'm like, oh, shit. That dude was being serious.
Guess he was shopping. And he found a buyer.
I went and listened to his music, and I was like, holy crap. This dude is insane. Hey Cowgirl, like all the songs that and at that point in time, Mirror Mirror, like all these really...
Mirror Mirror on the wall.
Mirror on the wall.
Just makes you want to put on a cowboy hat and spin a girl around the dance floor.
So I was like, damn, this dude's really good. And I got hooked on his music. I loved it, dude. I was a massive Randall King fan. And then fast forward to last year, I was on the way to the gym, and Randall... Or I Could Be That Rain had just come out like a couple months before that. And I'm on the way to the gym on my phone. Probably shouldn't be, but it's like a 2-mile drive. So, whatever. I'm checking my socials.
Yeah. And
I've got a direct message from Randall King. And in my mind, I'm like, this is spam. This isn't real. And I didn't open it. I saw it, and I was driving. I was about to pull in the parking lot. I saw it. I was like, this is spam.
Spam account. Yeah.
Randall King did not DM me on Instagram. And I pull up in the parking lot, and I'm sitting there, and I was like, it had a blue check mark by it. Maybe I should just check it. But you can also buy the blue check mark now. Like, it doesn't mean what it used to mean, I feel like. So I get back on my phone, and I open up, and I could probably go find it. It's a long... Here, I will. just for the sake of being. I've never read it to anybody.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been on a couple podcasts and like just kind of mention it, but I've never actually read the DM that he sent me. And he Facebook messaged me too. So he Facebook messaged me first.
Oh.
And I don't ever check my Facebook Messenger.
Who does?
And so I guess a day or two goes by and I didn't reply to him, so he just shot me a DM on Instagram. I'm trying to pull up the message right now. My service is slow. Please hold the loading bar.
I'll give you the damn Wi-Fi so we can make this happen.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Go to City Limit Studios private.
Okay.
I'll share it with you.
City Limit Studios private. Oh, that's not right. That's a guess. Private.
We'll get you on that private stuff.
On a PJ private jet, boy.
There you go.
All right.
Now you should be able to find
Now
it.
I'm in. All right, here we go. Sorry for the wait. Lil Wayne. All right. Got to scroll back up to the top. All right, so this is July 16th. He shot me a DM, said, hey, man, this is Randall King. Got a question for you, my friend. You have a song that I think is completely incredible. I Could Be That Rain. Not sure what you have going on with it or in your career right now. if you're shopping labels or using that song to shop labels, but just wanted to ask you what your thoughts would be if I cut it and put my own spin on it. We cut this Tuesday and Wednesday, so the album was done, like, to my knowledge. Like, they had picked all the songs, but he was like, we're cutting this Tuesday and Wednesday for my record that'll drop this fall. Would never cut it without your permission, especially if you have big plans with it. Just was hoping to put it on this record. Just let me know, my friend. You're welcome to holler back at me here, and shot me his number. And I'm like, I'm sitting in the gym parking lot, and I'm like, this is real. This is Randall King. I never had a major label cut before. Nobody had reached out to me about cutting songs. I wasn't signed to a publisher, nothing. Like, I'd put this song out because I loved the song. And I'm sitting here in the gym parking lot, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm about to get my first major label cut through a DM on Instagram. This is sick.
That's how it works, bro.
Yeah. And so I shot him a DM back, and I was like, hey, man, absolutely. First and foremost, please cut the song. Like that, I would be honored. I'll give you a call in just a little bit. I'm about to, like, walk into the gym. So I go to the gym, work out. I barely even able to work out because I'm just, like, so pumped. And get in the truck, go home, and I didn't tell Katie because I wanted to tell her in person. So I get home, and I'm like, Randall King wants to cut one of my songs. And she was like, what? What are you talking about? And I'm like, I show her the DM, and she's like, oh, crap. That's freaking awesome. So I call him, and just the nicest dude in the world, man. He was like, yeah, like, this song is incredible. I, would never cut it without your permission, and we just, we'd love to put it on this record. And I was pumped. And it was supposed to come out in the fall of last year, and then it didn't end up coming out until January. And dude, I mean, he pretty much changed my life in a way. Like, before that song had come out, I'd had a lot of attention from publishers, and I'd met some record labels and some people in A&R positions and labels. And it was kind of like it felt like they were always just waiting on something to, like, make it make sense. And that song came out in January. The day it came out, actually, I had a publisher email me that I'd already met with previously, and she never reached back out to me after our meeting. And some other stuff happened that I, like, wasn't a big fan of that she had done. And she hit me up through an email. It's like, hey, Brian, I Could Be That Rain is an amazing song, which, keep in mind, I'd already put it out. Like, she had already heard it because I'd already put it out. I Could Be That Rain's an amazing song. Are you still looking for a publishing deal? We'd love to sign you. And I was like, no, absolutely not. But after that song, so it came out in January, and then I started taking some meetings. Stuff really started, like, stirring up a little bit. I started taking some more meetings around town. And I ended up having, like, 6 or 7 pub offers, some artist development deal offers. And yeah, dude, it just kind of one thing led to another, and I ended up at Sony. So,
which is a great place.
Yeah, dude. And the funny thing is
who's your point over? Who are your people
Aubrey,
over there?
Aubrey Landon. Which
nice.
dude, the cool thing about Sony is I say that Aubrey is obviously my publisher. She's my point person. She's who I talk to every day. But I talk to everybody in there, man. Like,
talk to Rusty, talk to Big Tom.
Yeah, dude. Rusty called me. He called me yesterday. I was in rehearsals, and he was like, "Hey, man, I just wanted to check up on you, see how you're." How many presidents of a company do you know will just call you in their free time? And he was like, "Hey, man, I had some people asking about you this week, and I'm just going to connect you with some people, and I just wanted to, call and check on you, see how you're doing, make sure everything was good."
At a major
publisher. At a major
Sony.
I mean, he's he's the president of a major publishing company.
Yeah.
And Big Tom's over there, dude. He's great. I mean, he's just this.
So I know Big Tom through Trey and McKinney and all those folks, because all the DDID stuff, that all ended up, because you remember when that was all happening.
Yeah, dude.
We had every fucking label and publisher in town going to our things that we had Trey and Maxwell and Ella and Joy Beth and McKinney and all them playing. And they all ended up over there. That whole they signed that whole crew.
The whole crew, yeah.
The whole crew to deals.
Yeah. Which is, dude, I mean, and so the thing about them is, and not like every offer that I had, the people that I was meeting with were amazing. Like, it was probably one of the hardest decisions I've had to make, like, to date. And I had a couple of different offers in, and dude, like I said, I'm a very firm believer in God, and look at there, Clayton Tony, Randall King's man. He's calling me right now. I'll call you right back, Clayton, if you're listening to this.
That's awesome.
So, like I said, I'm a firm believer in the Lord, and I very much believe that He shoots you winks every once in a while. And the crazy thing about Sony is, so Trey Landon, which is a good friend of mine, I was sleeping on his couch when I first got to town.
He's the big brother to all you
all
South
the Georgia
kids.
boys.
You,
Yeah.
Dill. I mean, I'm sure
Tyler Chambers.
I'm sure even guys like Cole Goodwin, Gavin Adcock, Will Mosley, all those kids that are coming up now have had an experience with Trey.
And I met Tyler Chambers at Trey's house. Like, we were having so I used to, when I would come up to town, I would stay on Trey's couch.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like how I got inserted into the crew that I'm in. And so Trey Landon married Aubrey, which is my publisher now.
Yeah.
So I knew Aubrey for a while, like during Randall's, excuse me, I had a burp. During Randall's listening party that they had for his album, Aubrey was there, and me and her, bumped into each other and talked for a minute. And then the Bible study that I go to, Jordan Rowe, Music Row Ministries, a thing that he has at Fire Hall every morning. Like, I'm pulling into the Sony parking lot every Wednesday morning with like the weight of the world on my shoulders to go to this Bible study to try to get closer to God and to try to, be the man that I feel like I should be, the man that I need to be, the man that like Katie wants me to be, the man that my friends need me to be. And then I get baptized in the Sony parking lot. And so these are all little things that, like, when I'm sitting down looking at like what company to sign with, it's like, man, I've spent a lot of time there, like, without really even trying to. And then, so fast forward, I've got all these pub offers in and like some artist development things, and they're all like looking really good. Like, everybody's kind of being, they're giving me the stuff that I'm asking for. And Jordan Walker calls me one day, and
Jordan Talker, baby, we love Jordan. That's my boy.
He calls me one day and he's like, "Hey, man, okay, so actually what happened was, sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself.
You're good.
I went to a round at the listening room one night with Justin Wilson was playing, and me and Justin have become close friends over the last couple months. And Katie was out of town, this is just so weird how God makes things work. So Katie's out of town. If she wasn't out of town, I probably wouldn't have went to this round, because when she's home and I'm home, I try to spend as much time with her as I can. And so she's out of town, and I'm like, man, I don't really have anything to do tonight. The round was sold out, and I hit Justin up, and I'm like, hey, man, I'd really love to come tonight. Like, I know it's sold out, but if you have an extra ticket, like, on your guest list, I'd love to come. And he's like, oh, dude, I got you. I put you on the list to show up. So I get there, and I walk back into the green room at the listening room, and Jordan Walker's in there, and I walk in, and he was like, you're that dude that wrote I Could Be That Rain. And I was like, yeah, man, me and Mason Tolley wrote it. And Jordan's got 2 songs on that record. And he's like, dude, hands down my favorite song on the record. Like, he said, man, every morning when I get in the shower, I strip down, I tell Alexa to play I Could Be That Rain, I jump in the shower, and I sing it the whole time I'm in the shower. So I'm just like dying on the couch. I'm laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
So they get on stage, they play the round. Justin Wilson calls me up on stage to play I Could Be That Rain that night. And Jordan calls me like 2 days later, and he's like, hey, man, I'd really love to take you to breakfast, just like kind of get to know your story a little bit.
Big breakfast guy.
Loves it, dude.
I've had lots of Waffle House Nadine's breakfast meetings with fucking Jordan Walker.
So me and him go to Big Bad Breakfast over in West one morning.
Good spot.
It's a great spot, dude. And we're sitting down talking, and he thought that I'd already signed a deal. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm still looking around. Haven't made my mind up on anything yet. And he was like, well, my publisher, Aubrey, really wants to talk to you. We all kind of thought that you'd already had something already worked out. So we, whatever. We just hadn't made the connections yet. And he was like, give me like a week or two and let me see if I can't get a meeting with the two of y'all just to go talk to her, just go have coffee with her. And I was like, yeah, I love Aubrey. Would love to do that. So we set the meeting up. I met with Aubrey on March 8th. Rusty was out of town the next week. So I think it was like some kind of spring break or something for his kids, whatever it was. So his kids were out of school, so he was out of the office for the whole next week. So I met Rusty March 18th. 2 days later, they had my deal memo, my offer in my lawyer's inbox. So literally within 3 weeks, they had offered me a deal. And it was like, when I went in to meet with Rusty, he cared, man. Like, he asked me stuff. Like, it wasn't like a normal publishing meeting.
And I think something they do very well, and I've seen this from being with Trey, is that they'll sign you to a publishing deal, but if they know that you're an artist, they want to see you succeed.
Yeah, dude.
They want to see Brian Folder,
Yeah.
the artist, succeed and be able to put out the best songs possible.
Yeah.
And watch you develop in town.
Yeah, and dude, that's like Aubrey is constantly putting my name in the pot for stuff like that. Like she got me a meeting with some A&R over at Warner for like they were interested in a record deal maybe. Like, so she's constantly trying to do stuff like that. Like anything she can do to help me out.
Yeah, they're not just booking you rights.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, she like constantly is working on stuff for me outside of the writing space. And if I need anything from her as far as like, hey, I really want to get to know this person. I know y'all have a connection. Could you connect the two of us? And, just put a coffee meeting down in the books. And she'll do stuff like that. Or like I'll send her songs that I'm releasing that she will kind of give me pointers on. It's like, hey, maybe change this, or no, this is great. This is perfect the way that it is. Or, like, so she cares, man. And Rusty cares. Like, he sends me, I think he does it to everybody, which is awesome that he's sending all of these writers like inspirational quotes once a week, or, just trying to find ways to lift people up. Yeah.
Now what for kids that are out there, because the whole thing of finding the right deal and this and that, and like you try to get the booking deal, you try to get the publishing deal, you try to find the manager, you even try to find the fucking content guy, all that stuff. For you, when it came to the publishing deal, what were like the big things to look for?
I think most importantly, and it's a lot easier for me to say it now that I have the deal.
Yeah.
But just be super patient. Like, I'd had an offer the year before I Could Be That Rain. Like, it had came out on me. Like, I'd released a song, but Randall hadn't cut the song yet.
Yeah.
And I had an offer come in last year, and it just didn't feel right. Like, I'd been waiting my whole life for a publishing deal, and when I started taking that meeting with that company, I was like, this is great. Like, finally, it's I'm gonna get my publishing deal. And then when I sat down and looked at it, I was like, man, this doesn't feel right. I've waited 3 or 4 years. I can wait a little bit longer. And I'm glad I did. Like, even when I first moved to town, I was getting like some looks from some publishers, and it's really tough because, like, if you're an artist and a songwriter, you're having to go on tour on your own dime. You're having to produce music on your own dime. You're having to buy merch on your own dime. Like, you're spending all of this money that you don't really have, on top of trying to put food on the table and just pay your bills. And, a publishing check isn't a lot of money. Like, when you sign a publishing deal or a record deal, like, you're not rich by no means. Like, you're usually making less than the average American. Like, so, but it's enough to get by. Yeah. So it's like, it's really, it looks good.
Yeah.
But if you can get the right number for, as far as like what you're making, whatever that may be. I mean, most first deals are anywhere from like $28,000 to $35,000, sometimes $40,000 a year. And that's a good deal. Like, $35,000 a year for your first publishing deal is a great first deal.
With the hopes that they're going to put you in the rooms to succeed, to where you're going to get
number one.
You're going to get that writer credit. So then that $35K turns into quite a bit more by having that third or that half of a song.
And I will say too, like, for anybody that is trying to get a publishing deal, when it comes down to your draw, it's recoupable. Like every dime that they give you, they want back.
Yeah.
And it's they're gonna get it back. And if they don't, they're gonna drop you.
Yeah.
And so the less amount of money that you take, like take enough to make it make sense to pay your bills, so you can be a full-time songwriter and you don't have to go work a part-time job. But don't like I know some guys that will go in and be like, "Oh, I'm not taking less than $75,000." $75,000 over the course of 3 or 4 years is a lot of money.
You better be producing.
That you have to pay back. And like, you think about it, your first couple years, like it's really hard to get a cut. It's like, and now with the way that streaming's set up and like how they're paying songwriters and stuff, even a cut doesn't really like. It's cool because you have a song on a record that people are going to hear. Like people are going to hear your song. Your name's going to be in the credits. Like it's not taking away from that at all, because it is so cool to have that. But it's not going to change your life. Like you're not going to be making hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it's not going to push the needle.
Off of an album cut. Yeah. They're looking for radio singles. They're looking for top 20, top 10.
They're looking for Song of the Year, that generational kind of thing.
And only so many people can have Song of the Year. Only so many people can have songs in the top 20. Like, so if you're not able to pay that money back, it's going to get real tough. Like, your publisher's going to start looking like, well, man, we're spending, almost $200,000 a year to employ this guy, and he hasn't had a number one, or he hasn't had a radio single in 30 years.
It's a business.
Yeah, it's a business. Like
and I totally understand that, and that's just how it works.
But any advice I could give, man, would just be patient. And it's really hard to be patient.
Dude, it's so hard to keep the blinders on, especially, and this is another thing, and I'm glad we're doing a long form pod with you, because we've been needing to catch up like this for a while.
I've got all the time in the world,
so
man.
do I, dude. I got no meetings today.
Yeah.
It's Friday, baby. Another thing too is like keeping the blinders on and focusing on you, but still having that crew of guys or girls. But it's like your crew that came in 2018, 2019, there's been some guys in that crew that have had more success than others. And you want to see your friends win. You want to see your brothers win. And it's like, but then it's like, wait, why is it happening to this guy but not happening to me yet?
Yeah.
And I think you having the faith that you have, you understand that life is a plan.
Yeah.
Life is a plan. And
Dude,
everybody's plan is different.
Yeah. Dude, my first piece of advice, whether people want to hear it or not, and it's really tough because it's really hard to tell somebody have faith in God.
Yeah.
When they might not have faith, or they've tried it before and they felt like it didn't work. But see, the thing about having faith in God and being a Christian is believing that whatever is meant to happen is going to happen, and it's what is supposed to happen. And if you take the reins on that and you live in your true identity of who you are through Christ, I mean, no matter where you end up, like, my whole life, my whole reason for moving to Nashville could have been to meet Katie, could have been to meet people like you, could have been to, just make the friends that I did and grow as a man.
To write songs like the Randall cut. Like if I could be that rain, like give that light into people's lives. Yeah, like there's so many different things.
Whatever my vision is for my life, as bad as I want it to be, that it might not be that, and you have to be okay with that. And once you make yourself okay with that, and you're just like, I'm going to live life, I'm going to enjoy it, I'm going to be a good person, I'm going to abide by, because the thing is, the Bible is, nothing in it is meant to destroy you. Everything in it is meant to give you a perfect life. I saw a podcast one time, this guy was talking about how he was trying to explain the Bible to some non-believers or people that were kind of on the edge. And he was like, man, somebody had asked him, he was like, what if it's not real? What if it ends up not being real? He was like, because I went by this book, because I abided by God, my life was perfect. My life was great. It wasn't always roses and sunshine, but even the times where it was dark and hard, I had somebody to lean on. And in life, you're not the owner of anything. You just manage things that God gives you. And to be a good manager of your things that are blessed to you, like, you have to understand that. You have to understand that, like, hey, I could wake up tomorrow and all of it could be gone. Like, God forbid that happen, but, like, you don't know what the next day is going to hold, and you don't own anything. When you die, they don't bury you with your house and your 401k and all the nice cars that you bought and all the things that you, like, you just in a casket and they put you in the ground, and then you're there for the rest of your life, and people come and visit your headstone. And it's where you go after that like, you get eternal life, or you get, the other, which nobody wants that. And so, dude, I always kind of start with that. When people are like, man, I'm just struggling really hard right now. Like, I don't really know what to do. I'm trying to be a songwriter. I'm trying to do this. It's like, man, go to God, find out what your identity is, and live through that identity and watch your life change. Because that, literally happened for me. Like, I went out to the bars, I drank, I did things I wasn't supposed to do, and my life was in the completely opposite direction. Now, I had a good time, and I met a lot of really good people.
It's chaos.
Yeah, but it's
Chaotic.
chaos. Like,
yeah.
it's chaos. It's like this beautiful chaos because you're having fun and you're enjoying the people around you. But the one thing that I noticed is when I quit drinking, I lost a lot of friends. Not in the sense of, like, they're like, oh, he thinks he's better than us, but people I don't hang out with because I'm not at the bar. Like, I'll call them, I say, hey, man, let's go fishing. Or, like, me and Katie are having people over at the house tonight. Do you want to come over? Like, oh, no, man, we're going to Red Door tonight. Like, we're going to Losers. And those people don't want to come over to the house and hang out. Those people don't want to just go fishing on a Saturday afternoon. They want to, which is okay. Like,
yeah, it's totally fine.
It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Like, I still love those people.
Yeah.
Like, but it's just funny. Like, you start seeing people fall off, and you're like, oh, man, I thought those were some of my best friends in the world. And then you meet real friends, people like me and you. Like, we can sit down and have an hour-long podcast and talk because our relationship goes outside of Red Door
just
or Live Oak.
Bumping into each other at the bar kind of thing.
Exactly. And it's a lot harder to have conversations. Like, anytime me and you run into each other at Live Oak, like, you're busy. Everybody's trying to talk to you.
Our
like,
heads are spinning, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
talking at rounds is tough.
Yeah, but you come to a setting like this, or, like, we can call each other on the phone, and it's like, we can talk. We can hold conversations past, like, oh, how you doing, man? Oh, I'm good, man. Everything's been good.
Oh, how you been? Oh, you been on the road? Oh, I've been on the road too.
Yeah,
oh, where you been?
Like,
it's like, we know what each other's been doing as far as the music business, because I'm posting my stuff, you're posting your stuff, and we follow each other.
Yeah.
So, like,
it's easy to keep up with people.
Yeah.
But it's how can you have a relationship outside of social media?
Yeah.
And I know I kind of went on a tangent, but
no, dude,
like,
that's the truth. Yeah.
First priority, I think, is finding your relationship with God and working on that. And then second priority is becoming a better person and working on your heart and, how people perceive you and what they think about you. And, dude, because Nashville is a people town. Like, you have to know people that know people to get somewhere, which is just kind of the sad truth. Like, the only reason I got that song cut was because Scott Gunner reached out to Joey Hyde about, just looking for production stuff. Joey sent him I Could Be That Rain. Scott Gunner loved it. Randall King heard it, wanted to cut it. If I didn't know Joey and Joey didn't know Scott, I don't know if that song would have ever got cut.
Yeah, and how much of that is the people knowing people or being in the right place? Like, you talk about being a man of faith and working with Joey.
Yeah.
And who would have thought? I wouldn't have had it on the bingo card 3-4 years ago when we sat down in Laverne and did our first round together, doing this podcast back in the round days, that you would have ever worked with a guy like Joey Hyde.
Me neither.
Like, you don't know.
Yeah, you really, and dude, people in town help you find who you are as an artist, because the stuff that I put out over the past couple years, it's changed.
Yeah.
All of it's changed. Like, the first EP I put out, like,
I want to run through some of my favorite, because I've been on the Brian Fuller train since you damn got here, dude.
Thank you.
And you know that.
Oh yeah.
Like, I remember songs like Buzzin' Like You put out before you got here.
Mm-hmm.
Myself was like right before you got
Yeah.
here, right? So the introduction to Brian Fuller, the Nashville recording artist, was Somewhere in a Small Town.
Yeah.
Which I remember when that came out, because that comes out right as the world's ending. That's March 20th, 2020. That comes out.
We celebrated that song in my apartment because we couldn't, everything was closed. We couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, dude. And it's like, and look at how different the guy is in that album.
Oh, yeah,
artwork.
dude. Like,
look at how different that kid is.
But see, the thing is, too, I didn't know who I was then. Like,
no.
I grew up in a small town, and I was telling a friend of mine this yesterday, like, I was the kind of kid that I grew up listening to rock music, and like my range of what I listened to was all over the place, like AC/DC, Green Day, Eminem, 50 Cent, like Joe Satriani, which is a big guitar, Eric Clapton, like it was kind of all over the place. And then I moved, my grandpa died, and I moved, I think he passed away when I was 10, and me and my mom had to move out of Richmond Hill to Effingham County to help support my grandma, and just kind of, because we owned like 16 acres, and the grass had to be cut.
Yeah.
Like the animals had to be kept up with. You know, the house she needed help because she was like grieving, and we moved out there, and I was surrounded by a completely different group of guys. Like Richmond Hill is like, you're on the coast, you're by the water, so those are guys that, you know, they're rocking the Sperry's and like flip-flops and
or this shit now. I'm a Hey Dudes guy now.
Dude,
I'm a Hey Dudes guy now.
Yeah,
took me one summer trip to Charleston. I ended up in fucking Hey Dudes, bro.
Dude, they're comfortable, man.
They're great.
Like,
feel like a frat boy.
Yeah,
I love it.
But that's the thing, is like you're in a coastal town.
Yeah.
So the environment's a little bit different. The music's a little bit, like I was in a rock band when I was 13. Like, and then I moved to Effingham County, and it's country. Like, there's nothing around. You get your fun off of riding dirt roads and drinking beer, and like,
you're living a Dylan Marlowe song.
Exactly.
Like it's that living a Dylan Marlowe or Riley Green and Muscadine Bloodline
exactly.
song.
Like you're doing that, and those are like during the most impressionable years of my life, because I was 13, 14, or he died when I was 10 or 11, and then I went to a private school for a year. That wasn't my thing. Talked to my parents into letting me get out of that, and then went to a public school where everybody's wearing boots and shorts. Dude, we literally used to take our hats, and we wear boots and shorts, like Georgia boots and khaki shorts. And everybody wore hats to school, but you weren't allowed to wear them in the building. So we'd take our hats off and tuck the bill of our hat into our boot. And we'd walk around with like the flap of our hat hanging out of our boot. And then we'd get out of school, we'd rip our hat out of our boot and throw it on our head. And like, so like, I went from metalheads and like rock and roll music to shorts and boots at school every day. And like, it made an impression on me, but I was also just trying to fit in because I was a new kid.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to be different because I didn't want to stand out. You don't want to be different when you're in high school, because if you're different from everybody else, those are the kids that get picked on. And I was different, man. I've always felt different. Like, I've always felt, not in a good or bad way. Like, I've just always felt like I never really fit in with the people that I was going to school with. And, dude, I'll never forget my buddy Kyle Ziegler. Shout out, dude, if you hear this. Kyle called me, and Kyle was like the cool kid in school. Like, Kyle, his dad played for the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, wow.
They had a huge 300-acre farm, ponds to fish in, land to hunt on, four-wheelers, side-by-sides, you name it, Kyle Ziegler had it. Kyle called me one day and was like, hey, man, we're looking for somebody to come play guitar and sing on a flatbed trailer for this party that I'm throwing. And, like, Kyle Ziegler's parties were legendary, dude.
It's a big deal.
Oh, it was a big deal. And I was going to be the entertainment, and I was pumped. And that night, everybody started seeing me a little different. They're like, oh, that's the guy that plays music. He plays guitar, he sings. But you're growing up in a different environment than what I started out in. So I feel like my mind got mixed up a little bit. Like, I know country, like I grew up country. And then I got to Nashville, and I'm like, man, but I still love like Jack Harlow. I still love Green Day. I still love like I still love all these other.
And that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
And we love that you love Limp
Yeah.
Bizkit because that's butt rock. And we love our butt rock.
Yeah.
We got our Family Values tour right there. We got our Rage right there.
Let's go, dude.
We got our Limp Bizkit patch right here.
Dude.
Yeah.
You grow up and then Creed.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude.
All the good stuff.
But so like when Somewhere in a Small Town came out, I only know how to write country music. I've never tried to write anything other than country music. But I think after that song came out, my mind started drifting a little bit, and I was like, I still love John Mayer. I like Patrick Droney. I like some soulful stuff. So I started dabbling in that, and I feel like that next EP that we put out was a little bit of that.
Which was the self-titled. I think that was a true introduction. And this guy looks more like this is who Brian Fuller really is.
And still not even all the way there yet. Like,
yeah, because that's Burn Me Out, My Honey, which fucking
love that song, dude. Yeah.
That is like that was funny. I had a long drive with Erin, my girlfriend, out to Charleston this past weekend.
Yeah.
And I was like showing her these guys were like the Revival kids, and I was playing her like old Joe Fortner, old Ryan Nelson, like Jordan Fletcher, like that era. And then I'm like, but now it made me think like, what was the sound of when I started doing my rounds?
Yeah.
And like, what was like the stuff coming from in the round? And my Honey is one of those songs that I remember you playing.
Yeah, I used to play that song all
that was
the time,
that was
man.
a Brian. You're on a round. That was one of the ones where I'm like, fuck yeah, Brian's playing.
And I was proud of that song too because I wrote it by myself. So it was like one of the first songs that I wrote by myself that I was like, oh, this is actually really good.
Yep. And then Cadillac Cool, Dive Bar Darlin', which by the way I saw Tyler last night. He played over at the Basement East.
Hell yeah.
His band now, bro. He's got electric in it.
Yeah.
And every song is like 6 or 7 minutes, and the band just jams out, and there's a light showing. It's like, what is going on?
Dude, Tyler Halverson is like,
I love that dude. And
he's an anomaly, dude. He's just great.
And you guys like hit it off really well.
That was the first. Dive Bar Darlin' was the first song we wrote together.
Yeah, and that was back when Tyler was he had just kind of made that switch from being Tyler David to Tyler Halverson, and really starting to come into his own right as you were coming in to your own.
Yeah. And dude, I feel like even that EP is it still wasn't fully me. And I feel like the stuff that I'm putting out now
2 years later,
is 100%. Like I'm pumped about all of it. And I was pumped about that EP when it came out. But I think as an artist you evolve nonstop. Like you figure out new things that you like and you just kind of add that stuff in. But dude, I think that the stuff that I'm putting out now is like, I'm proud to put my stamp on it. I'm proud. Hopefully we get to tour a lot this year. Like, I'm really pumped.
Yeah.
That and Joey has helped me find that a lot. Like, he's always been the guy that I would send him songs and he'd be like, I like it, but I don't think it's you. I don't think that this is. And he would always say, correct me if I'm wrong, but like I don't think this is really you.
He's like, this is cool for you to have in the catalog as Brian Fuller, the writer.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
This isn't a Brian Fuller song.
Exactly. And you need people like that, man. You need people to like,
especially your producer. Bro.
Oh yeah, dude. Like and I feel every good producer does it. Like a lot of times, songs will get pitched to producers first before they even make it to the artist because the producer sometimes knows the artist maybe better than he knows himself. Like, I mean, you just really, it's easy to hear a good song and be like, oh man, that's so good. I want to cut that.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't make sense for you as an artist, write another one.
Yeah.
Like write something that makes more sense. But yeah, dude, it's important to have those people around that helps steer the ship a little bit.
Yeah, so what do we got for the rest of this year? We're getting into the summer now.
Yeah, dude. So That Girl Can Drive just came out. We've got one called Someone Else's Summer that drops. It'll be in June. I'm not 100% sure on the day yet.
Okay.
And then we've got one more single after that, and then a 5 or 6 song EP. I'm still like we've got the 5 that we want to cut, but something in me really wants to cut a 6th one. But the last 2 are going to be cool, man. I don't want to speak too soon before they come out, but I've got possibly a really cool feature on one of them.
Oh, nice.
And it's a girl feature, and she's a a big up and comer right now, and she's crushing it. And we're kind of tossing back the idea right now, but it may or may not work out. But if it does, it's going to be a really, really cool collaboration.
Hell yeah, man!
So
it's exciting. Then what do we got as far as touring the rest of the year?
So it's kind of it's few and far between, but we got some CMA stuff coming up.
That's literally where you're at in your career, though, brother. You know?
And we're just taking right now we're taking a lot of meetings with agencies, and like we're playing. If you're free to, we're playing this afternoon at which I know by the time this podcast comes out, obviously I've already done it. But this afternoon we're playing at the Opry Plaza, right out front on the Grand Ole Opry steps, which is like, it's not in the Opry, but like it's still pretty cool.
That's cool, yeah.
So we're playing an hour set this afternoon. It's a little summer concert series that Ward puts on,
nice.
And then we're playing in Kentucky in June.
Yeah, you're doing the thing up at PBR, right?
Yeah, dude,
that'll be cool.
I can't wait, man. It's gonna be a really good time. Ward, Ward's like, I mean, he helps everybody out in town, dude. If he believes in you, you're set, man.
Absolutely,
So we got that going on, and then we've got some stuff later on in the year, and hopefully with some of these meetings we're taking, we'll start picking up some tours, and I can tour this EP. And
what is this broadcast channel? Cool. One last thing, this Cool Kids Table.
So
what a name,
dude. So it's kind of like when I made that, like,
stands out.
Yeah, like people have broadcast channels on their Instagrams, and like I just saw a couple of my buddies had some, and I was just trying to come up with a cool name, and like I was saying a minute ago, like I just always kind of felt like I was a little bit different growing up and in high school and stuff, and I never sat at the cool kids table, quote unquote. So, I mean, dude, that's just for the misfits, man. That's just for the people that like, it's a cool kids table, man. Like,
I'm joining it right now.
Do it, man.
I've officially got a seat at the Cool Kids Table,
dude. And see, that's the thing, man. Like, it just feels cool to say. Like, I'm sitting in the Cool Kids Table.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, dude, life's good, man. And dude, I feel like we could talk about so much more stuff. Like,
dude, we could let it rip.
Yeah,
dude, it goes on and on and on. Well, bro, I'm excited for you.
Thank you, man.
It's really cool to finally get to do this again after 4 years.
Yeah.
4 fucking years. And a lot's changed for both of us.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, dude.
I went from being in that little, what should have been a garage and was like an extra room in that weird house in Laverne to bouncing around studios. And now we've got like our cemented home for the Raised Rowdy Podcast Network.
Which is great.
Joint. Yeah, dude. It's been cool.
Seriously,
dude.
Awesome.
And now we're doing 10 to 15 events a month in town.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to be, I think, knocking that down. Hopefully, I think our magic number is like 8 to 10.
Yeah.
The 12 to 15 gets to be a little much.
Yeah.
You're out every night. And then we got all of our festivals coming up, too.
Which, dude, by the way, outside the round, so there's only a few writers rounds that I'll play now. Not because, like, you just kind of get burnt out of them a little bit. Like, it's a lot more fun to play with your friends.
Yeah.
And some of them are, like, you know how to put a good round together because you'll put together people that are rolling in the same crews and, like, which is really smart because those people get on stage and they bounce off of each other. The camaraderie is good.
Yeah.
Conversations are good. People are cracking jokes. Like, it's fun to sit up there and play and outside the round. And, I mean, it's one of the few in town that I like.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude. Anytime you ask me, I'm down to play.
That means a lot, dude. That means a lot. And, and then next week, I'm going to Clinton, Iowa, and I'm going to be emceeing Tailgate and Tall Boys.
What is that?
That is a big festival. It's got Shinedown, Jelly Roll, and Bailey as the headliners. Josh Ross, Nate Smith, Lakeview, like there's a bunch of people opening that we know.
So you're getting on stage and you're just like...
I'm on stage hyping up the crowd in between sets.
That's sick.
It's gonna be
they have no idea what they just got themselves into.
Yeah, they had Chelsea Lynn, who's like Trailer Park Tammy last year. She was doing crazy shit. So it's like I'm definitely a little bit different.
You got your match made, dude.
They gave us a t-shirt cannon. So I'm gonna be shooting or we're gonna have the girls shooting t-shirts into the crowd. It's gonna be nuts.
Dude, that's gonna be I want a t-shirt cannon, man.
It's gonna be fun.
I want a confetti cannon. Have you seen those?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Dylan, I can't remember if he got one or not, but they were talking about getting one at daggone, what's that venue in town? Right across from the end. It's like a world famous venue.
Oh, Exit In.
Exit In, yeah. Dylan recently played there, and he was like, "Dude, we got did you go to that show?"
Nah.
They had confetti cannons, and it was like Tyler Chambers, and I think he had everybody that was out on that headlining tour that Dylan did out to play, and I unfortunately was on the road with Randall that weekend, but I saw pictures, and I was like, man, I want a confetti cannon.
Yeah, confetti. Yeah, when we did the Kid Rock tour with Trey, he would shoot off. Bob would shoot confetti from the fucking sky. It would fall down.
Yeah.
During Born Free, it'd be red, white, and blue. Like
that's sick,
Kid Rock
dude.
shows were wild. And then Trey Lewis had a money gun for a little bit. He had that song.
Oh,
Sounds
yeah,
Like
yeah,
Money.
yeah.
And he was shooting money into the crowd.
Was it real money?
I think I think they made like some Trey bucks or something. So it was like funny.
That's funny. That's good marketing.
Yeah,
dude.
it was fun stuff, man. But where can people go to find you on everything?
Brian Fuller Music, dude. I made it easy. Just Instagram, Facebook, it's all Brian Fuller Music, and we're working on getting the website built back up. Like, I'm kind of just taking it a day at a time and building the team.
Yeah.
Because
what do you have right now as far as the team? You have your publisher? You
got my publisher. I got my producer. We're shopping around for management. And that's kind of it, dude. Like, we're working on an agency right now. We've been talking to a couple different agencies for booking. So I've got the publisher. I've got my producer locked in.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, do my people, like my band, like I use the same guys, and they've been playing. We've got one new guy that has just recently kind of started playing for us, but he's been with us for probably 6 months now.
Awesome.
And dude, that's the fun thing about playing shows with people that you're with all of the time. Like, it's hard. It sucks starting out and having to relearn new people and doing rehearsals all the time. Like, we did rehearsals yesterday for the show tonight, and it was like we had some new songs in the set, so I gave us a little bit extra time. But by the time it was over, we were like, man, we only ran through all the songs like once or twice, and it was like, feels good.
Yeah,
like we're locked in, we're ready to go. And that's another thing too. That, like, the best piece of advice I could give anybody, dude, is just find your people.
Yes.
Like, not quickly.
Yeah.
But as quickly as possible, and hold on to them.
Yeah.
And they'll come and go. Like, I mean, there's definitely been people in my career and in my life that.
Oh, same, dude. I feel like I've cycled through three or four rotations of that in my 6 years in town.
And it sucks too, because you become friends with those people, and like it's hard to separate business from pleasure, and because they're people that you're going to have around for a long time, and like you want to get to know them, you want to be close with them. So it can be a tough break sometimes, but if you're able to find people that'll stick around for the long haul, that invest in you, and you can pour back into them and invest in them where they need it, like, that's so valuable, man.
Yeah,
like,
it really is.
It's a big world. You might as well surround yourself with the good folks.
Absolutely, man. Well, I'm happy to be surrounded by good folks like yourself, man. Y'all be sure to check out our boy Brian Fuller. That Girl Can Drive is out now. A bunch of other great tunes, and y'all be sure to be on the lookout as shows come in, because your calendar, it's gonna get filled up.
Oh yeah,
that's the weird part about where you're at right now. You don't know, you don't have somebody out there making the calls for you, but you've got great people around you, and sky's the limit.
Yeah,
bro.
slowly but surely, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
Slowly but surely.
Well, y'all be sure to visit raisery.com for more on us. We got the new golf hats in that we're excited about, and be on the lookout for us at all the festivals this summer and all the events that we've got going on. And of course, like, rate, subscribe, tell your mama and them. My boy Brian Fuller, I'm Matt Burrill. This has been Outside the Round.
See y'all.
I ain't never been the kind for staying in one place for too long. I ain't never been the best at saying I love you to a girl I love. Only got a couple tricks up my sleeve. They usually just make them leave. So if you know me, if you really know me,